What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Are y'all enjoying y'all Memorial Day? This is Tiffany, and today I am rocking my I Told You shirt by my girl Rhonda Adams. Check out her movements. So I decided to bring my homegirl out, bring her out to see if we really, can just braid her on up like a boss. I got a few pieces of textured hair. Because some people definitely may be still in quarantine, so I intentionally got different color hair. And I just got some scrap hair. What's going on? Say where you chiming in from. What's happening? What's happening? I got some red hair, some scrap hair. So some people, hey, I'm not gonna be on here like long, but I'm not gonna like rush. I wanted to kind of talk about teamwork, and having a team mindset. So if you have something that you may want to see me kind of do real quick, you can drop it. But I believe that mindset is everything. I was thinking so much about teamwork. I felt like the least I could do is come live today, because it might be somebody that could take something from what I am going to show or say and put it to work, because I believe that you only as strong as your weakest player. I feel like it's a lot of people that is, selfish, and they only think about themselves. But when you put your mindset on team, it takes nothing away from you as the individual, because the stronger the individual, and I'm talking to like some owners and some bosses right now. If you're strong, it's your duty to help strengthen another person or give something to the next person. So that's why, this braid like a boss is really bigger than hair. I feel like it's a lot of people who they looking for their own individuality. I feel like everybody got a right to be their own individual. But you can only go as far as you allow your team to grow. And some people don't let their team grow because they're intimidated by their team. Just being honest. And if you're a part of a team, then you got to get in a mindset to play as a team. If you are supposed to be a leader over a team, then it's your duty to pour into that team. If you own a team, then do your best regardless of what title or role you play, because you're supposed to add value to the team. So I definitely wanted to say that, because I feel like what's going on in the black community that we keep talking about. Broadcast is being okay. Hold on, I'm trying to make sure my connection's straight. We talking about the crab in the bucket mentality. If everybody trying to come out and come up, then we gotta give. Wealthy people give. People that's sick and tired of where they at, they give. You gotta have a vision. Whatever the goal is, let's hit the goal. It's not gonna happen overnight, but teamwork make the dream work. And if you on the wrong team, then get off that boat. Like you stagnating the growth. And don't be afraid to let go of what ain't working. If you ain't working as a team, or that team ain't working for you, then move on out the way, because somebody waiting on you to get to work. So anyway, I'm going to maybe demonstrate what? I'm going to demonstrate feed in. What y'all want to see? A feed in, box, or a box braid real quick. I'm doing the breakdown. She was said her hair probably might get finger waved a little later on, so don't judge me. And I intentionally wanted to do this on a shorter mannequin, because it's a lot of people that it's summer, we getting ready to experience some hot days. Ain't no telling, it might be some cold days too, the way this weather going. But you want your protective styles, because you're not trying to go in very frequently and very often because of what we're experiencing. So you want to be able to protect your hair. My whole goal is not to maybe focus, like not really focus on parting, but the technique. What's going on, y'all? So I'm just breaking down this hair. I will show a feed in I didn't practice. Now I've been quarantined for a while, so I'm gonna show a feed in and then I'm gonna show a twist. What's going on? Appreciate y'all coming in. And I'm deliberately, this hair don't necessarily match. But it's 2020. Ain't nobody really matching stuff like that no more. We threw that out the window, I guess, a few years ago when men started wearing pocketbooks. We threw all that out. So I'm just breaking it down into like 4 pieces. And I have my braiders rack. It helps speed up the time. What's going on? This rack helps speed up the time. Some people use like a bigger rack. I got my comb. And I got my clip. Again, we focus on the braid technique itself, not really my darn part. I hope y'all can see. What's up, y'all? Let me slide this thing over so I can try to see myself. Now, it is a lot of people that need to work on their parting a little more, so I guess I'll, try to practice what I'm preaching and try to part this mannequin head smooth. A lot of the detail in your parting for your braid, this part changed the game on your braid. So make sure your part is as clean as you can get it. If they're not as clean, it is always good to take pictures of your work so you can, watch your improvement. Don't beat yourself up, just get better. And don't complain about who ain't helping you, because see, help here. I'm left-handed, so if I look flicked, I feel flicked, I'm trying to make sure that I'm in the light and that you can see what it is that I'm doing. What I'm doing is placing product on the braid, so that way that look, it can be leading up to that finished look. But anything, when you're focused on the look, it's about how you start. So that's why it's very important to start with a clean canvas. The scalp needs to be properly cleaned, shampooed before you start. If I was you, don't be afraid to refuse service if that hair is not clean properly, because it's going to take away from your style. So this is my first piece. When you feed it in, each piece don't have to be equal. That first piece especially, depending on, I could actually split this. I'm going to show y'all that. I took that piece and I split that as well. And then I'm just going to begin the braid. It's not as small. I'm just showing y'all the braid itself. It's not as small as it would be. If it was on an actual person, this top could be smaller. It could. More narrow. When you start your braid off, it's still with 3 strands, just like if you was doing a traditional cornrow. And then you're gonna have, and I just fed it in. Then I take that left under, the right goes under the middle. That's anchored. Did that twice. Can you stop making that noise, child? We're gonna insert again. That's one of my terms I like to use. Insert when it's time to go in. I like to anchor the hair. I don't necessarily like to do it midway. This helps give you length. And this is thinner when you anchor it, and it gives it an easier transition to me personally. I insert it in. I make sure that my thumb and my pointer finger is sturdy, And then I proceed to take that left piece under. Now this right piece is going to go under. I did that. You can set yourself on a count, on a 1, on a 2, or on a 3. You kind of just got to feel your groove. I tell everybody, you just got to feel your groove. And of course, meet the, client's need, but feel your groove. I went down 2 on that. I'm about to insert again. A lot of people, they like those, butt braids. So her length is already rather long. So again, I'm anchoring. And I'm inserting. Taking that left under. Taking that right under. You check your parting. It stays smooth. She ain't got that much hair to clip. If she did, then the clip, this gator clip would be right there. We could put it there, but I got kind of big knuckles. I ain't wanted to really be all in my way. Need some product to continue to allow that transition, to make sure that hair is smooth, tucked, and you rocking on now. Most people, you got your music on and you just slide that braid. That hair, that short hair is going right where you want it to go. Because you got to remember, it's just hair. So, can't let the hair beat you down now. You could add another piece. And all up in here, we could do some product. What's going on? What's up, Dominique? And up in here, you could have had a little more product to make sure no flyaways. Don't go too heavy. Don't go too heavy still on the product. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it so y'all can see it. Because this way, some people still trip up, making sure that hair gotta blend. That hair gotta blend in. Cannot be flying all out and you thinking you're gonna be able to throw some foam on top and then you be cutting people hair off. Talking about you cutting their ends. That ain't how you cut no ends. So you make sure that you tuck them flyaways and everything in. Oh, well, I'm untangling this hair because it can get tangled. You can use the brush too to untangle, but I just use my fingers. I don't move on until I feel like what I had in my hand is secure. Don't rush your braid. Do not rush your braid. Okay. If you pay attention to what you're doing and you do it quite frequently, your time, your speed, you will speed up. But I tell you, when people getting their hair braided, they don't mind making, rocking with you. They know it's going to take a minute to get those braids in. But don't play with these people's head about their money. You can speed up with the time, but you want to make sure that your work, you give it 110%. Because nobody don't want to be at work or in church no way and they braids sliding and falling out, crawling to loose. Look at us here. Add a little bit more. I feel like I'm wasting my product, but I want to show you because some people kind of give up. And even if you was to cut that, it's going to keep sticking up because that'll be a sharp, blunt cut. So there's no need to try to cut nobody's hair, that thick piece. I could have probably just added some more. That's what I could have did. I'm going to add a little bit more. Yes, I did this just for you, Rhonda. I did this just for you. Just know that. Put your page in here so they can tag, because Rhonda looks for models. That is the CEO done chimed in. She do fashion shows with the twist. I had the privilege to be a part of one, and it was amazing. So make sure y'all show love. We talk about support blacks. Yes, I am representing on purpose. On purpose. I am representing on purpose. It's Mother's Day month. We still celebrating, and this is a amazing mom, 2 beautiful kids. So yep, I put this shirt on purpose, and it is comfortable. It done been through several washes, several, and it's still vibrant. It matched my little piece right here. Yep. I'm about to try to see if I can blend this thing, but if I can't, I'm moving on to the next, and then I'm going to do a little, oh gosh, do I have my crochet needle? I'm about to feed in some more hair. Now, before we knew about these feed-ins in the Black community, because tell the truth, the Africans used to do them feed-ins, and we used to be trying to figure out how hey, Vonda. We used to try to figure out how the Africans had did that right there. But either way, before that, I remember when you just start just braid hair, and you know, people didn't want that little bitty braid, whether you know, thinking about your daughter hair or you know, your own hair. And nobody want that little bitty hair. So we would take a little bit of hair and just head it in. That signal hating on y'all, cause I sure just I'm over her little hair doing the most. Now another thing, I can show y'all another trick from this right here, because sometimes you just want to not have the same style looking like everybody else. What's going on? That's my instructor just chimed in. What's going on, Michael Roach? You can take the 3 strands and begin to put them into 2 strands, and then that can turn into a twist, a rope twist. And there you have created a different look. Now look how that red is popping out. That burgundy is just like dimensions. You got your highlights, you got your low lights. The highlight is the brightest color, the low light is the darkest color. And now we're going into twist mode. This is very cute. Especially if you know, if you're going for a tribal or Caribbean, you know, type look, or you just don't want to braid all the way down. Now, one thing about a rope twist, hold on, let me see. When you let a rope twist go, when you let that twist go, it shouldn't unravel all the way up. It should not unravel all the way up. You see how I let that go? I had to let it go first to make sure. But that twist did not unravel all the way up. Meaning, with me personally, sometimes I like to continue to place my braids in, and then I'll go back and go to the ends. I feel like it speeds me up. When we cover things in braid like a boss, we can cover time, technique, parting, inserts, drops, creative styles, the latest and trending styles as well. Next, I'm going to demonstrate with a little more textured hair. This hair is the hair that we would use more so for kinky twists. Feel free if anybody, you know, need a braid, a mentor, a coach, or anything like that, tag them, share this video. Yeah, so let me section off this here. when you're braiding around people's temples, what's going on? When you're around that temporal area, do not pull tight on people's edges. It doesn't matter if they can afford to lose edges or not. Nobody wants to lose their hair around their edges. Me personally, thin edges run in my family. So even when I get or have gotten my edges braided, I don't have edges to lose, okay? So do not play games around people's edges. Like, know what you're doing. It's a certain way that you want to go in and braid that hair. I'm actually going to show a single braid. I'm going to show a single braid too. I'm going to show a single braid. I might do the single braid right here. But yeah, just because the braid can look good, but it may not be a healthy braid. Meaning the ratio, that foundation, how you doing, Ms. Rose? The foundation is smaller than the amount of hair, the amount of extension hair that is on that braid. And if this is too heavy for the foundation, then it could pop that particular area off, and it could pop it in its entirety or the framework perimeter of that particular area that you got that braid in. So be mindful of that, because things like that could lead to alopecia. And people always say they don't care. You don't care until it's you. You don't care when you got here, but when it's you, you be like, dang, I might not want to wear a wig today. I might, you know. So just think about it, because that hair don't grow back as fast when you get older as it did when you're young. Braids as well, they look the best, and they I feel like they were created for, of course, African American hair, but you know, other cultures, they love the African American look. They love, you know, to wear their braids and things like that. We trendsetters, we already know. So if you're trying to learn how to deal with different textures hair, that is great, because that's the part about being able to braid like a boss. You can flow from that mixed texture hair, different curl patterns, the most popular 4C. You can even learn how to braid with the proper tension and patterns and techniques for those who have thinner hair. Braids are not always quite recommended for those that got like thin hair, but it's certain patterns and styles that may be able to fit you. Like my mom, she has a spot that she tore out the frame years ago, and whether I'm doing crochets or box braids, she say nobody can hide my braid, the bald spot, the thinning part, like me. And she did not mind spending plenty money with the Africans. I happily sent her to them, and that's when she was getting her tree braids and different things like that. But she said nobody could do it like me. So those are some techniques that you can learn, you know, when you ready to braid like a boss. No two individuals actually braid the same, but it's always something I feel like you can you know, take and add to what it is that you do. Am I the best braider? No, but it's certain techniques that I know when I see something, okay, I can take something away from that, but it's some things I don't want to do, because when you're thinking about the health of the hair, we got to get into thinking of the health and the integrity of the hair. So let me go ahead and do my, it's two ways to do this. You can go in, some people like that braided at the beginning. Personally, when I wore the style, I did not like the braid at the beginning. I wanted my whole twist, especially when I wore kinky twist. I did not want that braid. I wanted it twist from the rooty to the tootie, for real. So I'm gonna do an example. What's up, Rose? Both ways. This one right here is with the braid. That base didn't actually have to be that big. What's going on? That base didn't have to be that big. How y'all doing as y'all coming in? But it is a nice, safe base. It's not too small. It'll be perfect for that back area, back here. I'm just doing some so y'all can kind of get the hang of it. And if you wanted to talk back, you can talk back because this ain't YouTube. So y'all can talk back and, you know, comment, tag, share, whatever. And again, this is the form of a rope twist. Rope twists, they do not unravel when you let them go. They feel like the rope necklace, okay? And again, I started that with a braid. Some people don't mind the braid look. When I wore the style, what's going on, y'all? I wanted mine's twist, like I said, from the rooter to the tutor. So I'm going to attempt to do this one under. If this don't work, then I'm gonna come right here. But I'm gonna just come down and I'm going to do with the same textured hair. What's going on? How y'all doing? Appreciate y'all coming in. I'm just messing it up a little bit. Fluffing it out. With the same textured hair, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do a complete twist. Twist. No braid at the beginning. Some people don't know how to do, you know, this particular technique. So when you're a boss, you can. And when you're a boss, you figure out how to do it. Because if you had a client like me, and if I said I didn't want that braid at the top, I didn't want that braid at the top. Real talk. So I'm getting it not too tight now. Not too tight. When you do that at the top, at the root of that head, you putting that twist in, but you don't do it too tight because, again, you don't want their hair to pop off. You do not want their hair to pop off, and they don't want their hair to pop off. And they can hear if their hair is popping off. This is a nice, cool style. I'm telling you, this style is so good. They get cuter when they get older, especially these twists. I can't wait. Let me hurry up and twist this thing here down. Now, another thing you can do, some people do a small little braid at the end to prevent, you know, unraveling too. Some people just do that. Some people do that. See? What's going on? How y'all doing? Thank you for tuning in. Another thing that is so good about this style, because this can be done on adults and children hair too. You can do one rod per twist, or you can do like 2, maybe 3. Hit that rod. I call this time to set it off. And this right here adds another look to your look. Now, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do it. But I like it. What's going on? Thanks for chiming in. What else was something that I was going to do? So next I'm going to go ahead and come right here. And I'm going to do a box braid. So what we've done is a feed-in braid. I ended up shifting and transitioning from this braid here. Like if it was a single braid, I'm going to go ahead and do a single braid. And we transitioned it into a twist. This technique that I just did, you can use that for Senegalese as well. Since twisting are popping, passion twist, you can do that for the passion twist. Each style, it kind of depends on which hair that you decide to, which look you're trying to achieve, and that's when you pick the hair. And these twists, they just really, you get more compliments the older it get. The older it get, I mean, it just starts looking so natural, like it's a natural style. So, okay, let me go ahead and do this. This box braid here. Some people can only do box braids with rubber bands. Some people can't. I don't have any rubber bands in here. One thing about the rubber bands, nobody wants that rubber band to be showing though. You know, nobody wants that rubber band to show. So make sure that you're covering, make sure you're covering the rubber band when you go in and braid that on here. And again, this is a short little head model, so I always make my three. I make my three before I go, my 3 legs before I go into the head. So it's like I'm taking this finger to kind of split or divide the hair that's right here. Like I'm jabbing it on in there. But I ain't jabbing nobody's scalp. Sometimes they be like, they really don't even feel me braiding. And I am a lefty, so shouts out to all the lefties. It is what it is. I don't like that one. This could really be, honestly, this actually, depending on what kind of overall style you're trying to achieve, this 2 braids. With this size right here, I'm just let y'all know. With this size, this is, for this area, this is 2 braids. Okay? I just want to let y'all know that. What's going on, Tina? Let me make sure I'm looking at that thing right. Yeah. See, this can be 2 braids, just being real. Right up in here, this side braid can go for 2. So, and then I guess I'll show one more. I will show this twist technique using this here. I'll show it right here. Now, me braiding, like I said, I done been doing this. I was able to do this since 12. Saved my grandma and them a lot of canteen money. It helped me definitely feel more independent. You know, I never been the type to want, look for no handouts. So it's always good to tap into your gift or learn a new trade or learn something about what you need, especially if you got daughters. If you got daughters and, even now, things are more expensive. You got to have a mask. You got to have different things going on. So just at least knowing how to, is just good. Knowing how to do something, so when times like this, you don't have to rely on the next person, but you can at least get done what you need done and look like a decent human being. When things, it's closed. And when things open back up, if it's something that you have a passion, for, and you can, that's great. Because we gotta know that your income is always good. Income helps with a better outcome, more income. Don't feel helpless, like you can't do something to help yourself. See, this gift right here, it don't matter. It don't matter what state I'm in. It don't matter, what time of day it is. It don't matter what the weather like or whatever. This is something. This is a skill. It keeps giving, A lot of people look down on, barbers and stylists, but you really come to find out how essential this gift is. And a lot of people try to look down on braiders. That's why, we're going to braid like a boss. You don't have to feel bad about being a braider because you need the braid. The braids is what helps with your foundation. The braids get you through. They said even the slaves used to use the braid patterns doing the designs as the map, to get out. So, we'll never appreciate, so what they say, you'll appreciate your water till the well run dry. I done had people crying because they want to learn how to braid, and nobody want to show them. Nobody didn't want to teach them. So that was with 2 different textures hair, 2 different colors. This right here, I can't even say what this is, but I know this is probably some Marley hair. This is some Marley hair, and this is some Kaneka line hair. With the Marley hair is more rough texture than the Kaneka line hair. The Kaneka line hair is the hair that you can now dip. We got the water, where we're doing the dip method, the rod set and all that, because back in the day, like in the 90s, early 2000s, what's going on, we did the burning, when you burn the hair with the tips for the bobs and everything, like Maxine on Living Single. That this hair here is not the best hair for that. This is the best hair for the looks when we're going for the tribal looks and different things like that, because when you dip it, it gives that smooth look. But when you want that bob, really that hair, if you don't know how to really, get those ends to where, like I like my end, I don't like flat, I don't like my end to look like somebody like clamped it down, like when they clamp down your baby umbilical cord. I don't like that when I'm doing a bob, like when you, okay. So the good hair for that is that jumbo hair. That's what hair was used back in the day. So I know some of the new braiders are probably trying to do a bob with Kaneka line hair, but Kaneka line is not the best hair for the bob if you want the bob with the burn on the ends. And when you burn that hair on the ends, you want to make sure that you got it nice and smooth. You can learn that too. You want to make sure that you got it nice and smooth. And I go in and put a little, like my curl wax on it, because I don't like lint, like the lint that can come on your bob, or if your hair, it can, if you wear it in the winter, like it's rubbing all over your attire, like your clothes and stuff right there. So oh my goodness, it's been like 40 minutes. So I'm about to get on up off of here. I just wanted to show y'all a little couple techniques. It might help you out while you're in the house. It might help you you know, work on something that you probably needed some help with. And yeah, if you are ready to braid like a boss, just let me know. And again, what I was saying about I might save that teamwork talk for later on, because I done been demoing for like 39 minutes, so that's enough. That's enough. I hope y'all enjoying your day. I hope y'all are safe. Yeah, that's it. So see y'all later. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, I told y'all, braid like a boss.